Now, in the very airport you will soon be walking through, there are complimentary offerings, secret facilities, cost-saving systems, and free services that the airport and the airline have zero interest in telling you about. While the wise senior travelers who know what to look for are traveling through those same airports spending less, enjoying themselves more, arriving comfortably and rested at their destination, while the rest of us keep getting charged, getting hungry, and getting taken advantage of. And at Airport Wisdom, we are finished tolerating members of our community being left in the dark, because today we are revealing every single one of these hidden services to you, and you will find that some of them will permanently change how you think about airports forever. The first cost trap airports hide in their design is one that affects travelers the minute they are most tired and thirsty, coming off their flight and entering the terminal in search of their gate, and it is the $5 water that is offered for sale at every single retail kiosk in the airport. While the truth is that most airports have installed water refill stations in strategic locations throughout their terminals that refill for either free or far cheaper than at retail stores, and that are placed right near restrooms or gate seating areas, meaning that travelers rarely even notice them unless they are aware of their existence. The preparation that saves you from this cost trap is one that is completely free. Simply pack an empty, reusable water bottle in your carry-on, clear security, and refill your bottle at one of the stations for free before purchasing anything else, because hydrating is necessary when traveling for senior travelers in particular, and you should not be forced to pay $4 each time the thirst catches up with you. The second hidden service is one that most travelers get frustrated about at major international airports: the paywall airport Wi-Fi that gives you access to the internet for 30 minutes for free before charging you a fee to continue using it past that point. What many experienced travelers do to bypass this system is to temporarily switch their devices to airplane mode, wait a few seconds and reconnect to Wi-Fi, thus restarting the countdown clock on the paywall for another 30 minutes for free. In addition, frequent traveler communities exchange passwords for extended airport Wi-Fi connections before the start of every major travel season, and knowing that airport Wi-Fi is negotiable changes the game for senior travelers who require access to it to maintain reliable connection with family members, check their boarding details, or plan future travel. The third secret service addresses a problem that many travelers feel in frustration and silence after getting off an international flight: the urgent need to take a shower. What many travelers don't realize is that some of the largest international airports in the world, including Changi Airport in Singapore, Narita in Tokyo, and Dubai International Airport, offer free showers in the transit areas for use by passengers with long layovers. For airports that do not offer these showers, the trick that senior travelers can use to get their showers for free is to inquire about lounge access from an airline representative if they happen to be dealing with significant delays, as many airline lounges include showering facilities in addition to lounge privileges, and some airlines give these access rights to travelers politely asking about them. The difference that taking advantage of one of these facilities will make in your state of mind is huge. The difference between recovering from a long flight and starting your travels fresh. The fourth hidden offering is one that travelers don't pay attention to until they arrive at baggage claim to get charged a fee for the use of a luggage cart to bring their luggage from the carousel to the exit. However, some of the best airports in the world, including Changi Airport in Singapore, Dubai International Airport, and Seoul's Incheon International Airport, offer these carts to arriving passengers for free as part of their general hospitality program. For senior travelers carrying multiple pieces of luggage or one large piece of luggage, knowledge of whether or not your airport will charge you for these services will allow you to plan and save yourself from a potentially unnecessary fee, one that is just 30 feet away for free. The fifth secret is the one that turns your layover in a foreign city into an exciting opportunity to get acquainted with your surroundings. Free city tours organized by airports with extended transit plans for layover travelers, including Istanbul Airport, Doha's Hamad International, and Singapore Changi. As part of their extended transit programs, these airports offer layover passengers access to a free tour of the city they are flying through, complete with meals, access fees, and transportation, all arranged by the airport, with all you need to do in order to activate your offer is visit the airport information office or a transit desk at your airport to inquire about the free tours offered there. And, as most layover travelers don't take advantage of these offers, you will likely be the first one to do so. The sixth freebie that senior travelers can utilize is one that doesn't require much effort to take advantage of: free samples of products, mostly chocolates and confections, offered at airport retail outlets at all major international airports. This offer, made by all major retailers as a marketing strategy, can become extremely useful to travelers who are hungry and stuck waiting for their flights and would prefer to eat snacks without paying the premium price airports charge for meals. Simply walk through the duty-free sector at your airport to enjoy free chocolate before boarding your flight. The seventh secret is one that saves travelers the most physical energy on a long travel day. Designated quiet zones, rest areas, and sometimes even sleeping pods available in all major airport terminals for travelers to relax and recharge their batteries, that are not marked anywhere in any of the terminal floor plans and are not mentioned by airport personnel unless travelers specifically inquire about them. To find out where these spots are located in your airport terminal, spend 2 minutes on the web looking for quiet zones or resting places in your airport. Knowing about the existence of these areas will save you a lot of energy on your long travel day. The eighth hidden facility is one that most travelers don't find until their phone dies. Free charging stations scattered throughout major airport terminals in close proximity to the gates. For senior travelers who store all of their boarding passes, travel documents, medication alerts, and emergency contacts in their phones, a dead phone battery is not something you can simply tolerate. It is an actual issue that needs to be resolved immediately. Therefore, locating the nearest free charging station in your airport terminal should become your priority within the first 15 minutes after reaching the gate, in the same manner as locating a restroom should become your top priority. The ninth secret is specific to international arrivals. Free SIM cards available to international travelers arriving at the airport as part of their transit programs. Preloaded with enough internet data and calls to help travelers communicate with their local contacts and plan the next stages of their trips without turning on international roaming, which could easily add up to $100 or $150 on your next bill. This offer can be activated simply by visiting an airport information desk or kiosk in the arrivals sector. Freebie number 10 relates to a cost associated with airport transportation that is considered fixed and non-negotiable by most travelers. Some major airports have incorporated complimentary transportation options as an integral part of passenger services. Some provide free rail connections to the city center in certain circumstances, such as Zurich Airport. There are also free shuttle services provided by the Hong Kong International Airport to the connection points within the terminals, or some other free transportation provided by some international airports. You may be surprised, but you don't need to pay for a cab to reach your connecting flights. Most major international airports have free shuttle services that operate between terminals, parking zones, and transit stations. All you have to do is ask at the airport information desk, but don't let the taxi lines outside arrivals fool you into thinking that it is not the case. Freebie number 11 is related to the airplane itself and is designed to solve the issue that many senior travelers tolerate even in senior classes: the temperature difference that occurs at the window seats during the flights because the external temperature at cruise altitude can drop as low as -60 degrees Fahrenheit. It directly influences the cabin temperature since the fuselage walls are not entirely insulated and make window seat occupants colder than the passengers seated further away from the wall. But the solution is right there in front of you. You simply need to ask for a blanket immediately upon entering the plane before blankets start to run out. Wear a lightweight jacket that can fit in your personal luggage, and understand that the temperature difference is a known constant that should never be a problem. Freebie number 12 is the airline food service policy implemented for decades now, yet very few travelers utilize it to their advantage. It is a special meal offered for free in advance of the standard meal service, often being more fresh and healthier than the meals served to everyone else, coming in multiple varieties including low-sodium, diabetes-friendly, vegetarian, gluten-free diets, and others that could help you with your specific issues. To get the meal, you simply need to request it either via online booking or by contacting the airline in advance, at least 24 hours prior to the flight, and it comes at no extra cost except the initial flight price. This little trick will make sure that your meal service experience will be better than those of the people next to you. Freebie number 13 is the morning flight advantage that many travelers who book only on price terms ignore despite being extremely beneficial. Morning flights operate under a clean schedule, having no previous delays, experience much less turbulence as they are subject to the cooling atmospheric conditions, and land at your destination earlier in the day, allowing you more time and energy for whatever you have planned to do there. If you care about your physical well-being, you will understand that the early morning arrival at your destination will be more pleasant for your body and will make it easier to cope with arrival procedures. Freebie number 14 is another important piece of advice for making your flight easier: choosing the best seats on the airplane. With the help of sites such as Seat Guru, you can easily find the exact features of each aircraft model seat and identify seats with extra space, non-reclining seats, seats with high lavatory traffic, seats without windows or with poorly aligned ones, seats near galleys, and more. The 5-minute investment is enough to get rid of all potential troubles associated with an uncomfortable seating location and get you a lot of extra comfort for just a couple of clicks. Freebie number 15 is another simple piece of advice that turns every subsequent flight of yours into a different experience because of your awareness. Choosing to sit over the airplane wing is not just a preference. It is a great deal because this area of the fuselage is the aircraft's center of gravity. Consequently, it provides less vertical motion in case of turbulence, which is why it is preferred by pilots, flight attendants, and even many seasoned passengers. If you are susceptible to motion sickness or inner ear disturbance, you'll find this advice particularly useful. There they are. 15 freebies that many airport passengers miss due to lack of awareness. However, now that you know about these hidden values, you can always benefit from them. The Airport Wisdom community is the place where these kinds of knowledge are shared among travelers to improve each subsequent trip. So please leave your comments about which freebie you will be using on your future trip, or share some freebies that you use but aren't mentioned here. It will be helpful for other people, and you will also become an active member of our community. Don't forget to hit subscribe and activate the notification bell. Airport Wisdom posts new content weekly to guide you in your senior travel experience. And we'll see you in the next video, because the airport is working against you no longer if you know how it works.